they had someone taking sells on USDJPY in Asian session when it was moving bullish, right? So when it's moving bullish and it's oh, I had 2 hours of REM sleep. So when it's moving bullish and you have resistance, your idea is correct to take a sell, but you have to wait because you never know, man. This candle can just continue moving up. This can, or when the candles are bearish, these bearish candles can continue moving down. Like a lot of people here have faced that. Like when you're trying to take a buy, when the price is trending bearish, you're trying to take buys, you get fucked because candles just keep moving down, and you're saying, "Oh man, what's happening? I moved my stop loss. This thing is still moving down. Like, when do I close? When did it stop?" And when it's moving down, you start to panic because then you start to look left and you start to see imaginary supports, right? You start to see an imaginary support and you're like, okay, well, it's moving down. This is probably the support. And by the time price reaches this area, what happens? You have a massive push down and then the next candle starts to move up. That's happened to a lot of people here, right? This happened to me too. It's very normal. Like it has happened, you know, because we're trying to call, this is what they call is that you're trying to call bottoms when price is moving down, that you're saying, okay, we've reached a bottom without price forming a bullish candle, or it's called calling tops, that when price is moving up, right? And you're saying that, okay, we've reached the top area, so now we're going to sell right over here when all candles are bullish. So you have to wait for candles to form bearish or bullish, like whatever you want, right? You have to wait for candles to form in your direction so that you can say, okay, now I have some sort of confirmation that candles are going to move my way. Make sense? So just don't take opposite trades when the candles are moving. Like it looks good that you had a wick entry, but it's not going to happen often. Right? It looks good for Instagram. It looks really good, but it's not going to happen often. Trust me. All right. What do we have here? Always look for potential areas of destination. Yep, exactly. So this means is that when you have price moving down, right, and you're looking at a support to the left, so that's your destination, right? This means that once price is moving down, now you have the opportunity to maybe take a trade till that support. Because think about it, right? Now, there's someone out there who is trying to take buys when price is moving down. So more often than not, those buys are going to get stopped out because the momentum, because the momentum is bearish and we're moving down, right? So when you're looking to see that, okay, wait a minute, so if we're moving down and there's a support over here, and there's strong bearish momentum, we are in New York and London overlap, there's a high chance that price is going to continue down to this support, right? So what do? You jump to the smaller time frames and you start to see that, okay, now when price is moving down, it's probably going to do something like this and then start to move down. So you're looking for many resistances to be formed, maybe on the 30-minute or 15-minute to see that, okay, now if, like, you know, you can say that, okay, maybe if a resistance is being formed somewhere over here, and then you can say that, okay, now we can probably have a stop above this area because the trend is bearish and we're selling resistance in a bearish market. So there's a high chance that price is going to come down to this support. Makes sense? So that's what you say, okay, now we're trying to trade the trend. Because in the opposite spectrum, if you're trying to take buys, man, you're just counter trending right here when there's no confirmation, right? So always look at it this way. And in the opposite way, when price is moving up and you look left to see that, okay, there is some sort of a resistance here, and this is where price starts moving down. So there's a higher chance that price is going to continue moving up, and you look for the same things to happen, right? Sometimes price is going to do something like this and will move up, right? So if you are not looking for confirmations, you're going to look at this area and say, okay, now we're consolidating, so we're going to move down. But eventually what's going to happen is price is going to spike up and move up to where it wants to go, and then maybe it's going to form some sort of a confirmation to move down, right? How many times has this happened that when price is moving up, you take a sell, you get stopped out, and then you look at the chart after 2 hours and price has reached where it had to reach, and then it had fallen all the way down. This has probably happened